Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball just discussion in general. I am once again joined by the one, the only, my favorite collaborator in this entire community. Say hello to MJ. MJ, what's up, man?
The boys are back in town. The boys are... I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know, guys, you're probably thinking, hey, we just saw videos of you two guys. Yeah, but those videos were recorded way in advance. We have not actually spoken to each other in like a week, so this is huge, man.
This is actually it's weird. Before we get into the topic, you guys saw the title and the thumbnail, you know what you're listening to. But before we get into that, like, I've been super busy with work. MJ's been busy on the side doing other stuff too, and man, it's been forever. So before we get started, like, hey MJ, it is really nice to get to talk to you again. But anyway, we're talking about whether or not Super has nerfed Super Saiyan Blue at this point. Because look, guys, we kind of came into this series with, I guess you can kind of write off Battle of Gods, even though that was kind of the introduction to Super Saiyan God. But then we went into the Fugatsu arc, or the Fugatsu movie, and we got like Vegeta and Goku both had Super Saiyan God transformations. This brand new transformation, it was going to be I guess the apex of the Super Saiyan transformation, and it really has been. They haven't necessarily gone beyond it, unless you count Rose or Rage, and we've seen a couple people use it at this point, Vegeta and Goku. We've seen Trunks kind of get to their level with Super Saiyan Rage, and that was probably the writing on the wall, at least in that point where you're like, wait, how important is Super Saiyan Blue if Goku and Vegeta can basically be usurped by Trunks just because he gets really super pissed off? And then at the same time, you have Rose, which is a little bit understandable considering that Black was in Goku's body, and the fact that maybe like it is like his answer to Super Saiyan Rose or Super Saiyan Blue. We're not necessarily sure on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure MJ and I have both covered it in separate videos in the past, but now we're getting into the Tournament of Power, and one thing the Tournament of Power needs to do, and I'm not necessarily sure, and I think MJ and I are both in agreement that the manga is not necessarily going to be doing this stuff that they're doing right now in the anime,
manga.
But...
Just kidding.
Fuck the manga. Yeah, no, seriously, fuck the manga. But they're not going to be doing the same thing they're doing in the anime. I personally think that one thing they're doing right now is they're just trying to equal the playing field, and it's kind of a cinematic storytelling wise. They need to show why exactly these people that they've chosen to be in the tournament fight are at least on par, or at least can compete with people on Goku and Vegeta's level. And I completely understand that, but my question to MJ and everyone else watching this video, please make sure to, pause this, or as it's playing, go into the comment section below and share your thoughts and opinions about this. But man, seeing Krillin being able to take on Goku, seeing 18 being able to take on Goku, or even as it's upcoming, I'm sure by the time this video is out, 17, do you think that they're nerfing Super Saiyan Blue in any way just to make sure that we have, like, we understand why everyone else is picked on the team, why they're probably going to be able to compete when we might not have thought of that before? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Well, since we're just talking about strictly, what's happening in the recent events of the anime, I'm going to stick to the anime version of Super Saiyan Blue, because there are different versions of Super Saiyan Blue in the manga and the anime. So I don't really think so, bro, because if you go back to the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, or the Champa arc, I guess, the quicker way to say it, during the Champa arc, Goku faces off against Hit, and right before he uses the Kaioken, and this is where, the manga and anime different, Goku says that at that point in time, by that point in time, the Super Saiyan Blue form, or the Super Saiyan Blue form, is a form of perfect ki control and of a calm mind. So the theory that I've seen go around from many different people on different social media sites is that when Goku's facing off against, Krillin and stuff like that, and I guess presumably 17, the episode hasn't come out yet, but he's probably holding back his power to a very small degree because he has, again, in quotations, perfect ki control. So he could probably hold his power back down. The thing with that, though, is my problem with it is, why would Goku even want to have a fun fight? Because if you go back and look at the context of that scene, he actually says to 18 that Krillin is good, and he's very impressed, and he wants a shot at him. Like, Krillin impressed Goku so much in their fight with Gohan that he's like, yeah, I want a shot with him, But yet he uses like less than 1% of his power. Like, what's the fun in that? Because remember in the BOG arc, that was the whole point of Beerus. Beerus was going around using like less than 10% or less than 1% of his power, one shot in Ultimate Gohan Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and he was like, I'm so bored, you know, like, you're boring me. Like, he even gets on top of SSG Goku, and he's like, I thought you would give me a challenge, you know, but you're not, and he's like all pissed off. So it's like, what's the fun in Goku and Goku's character that he gets impressed by Krillin, but then he uses like less than like 0.5% of his power, you know what I mean? Like, what's the fun in that? I know people may disagree with me. I don't feel like they're nerfing, and I honestly do feel like Goku could have just went in there and just completely punched a hole right through Krillin in his lungs and would have went into outer space, you know, if he went at full power. There's even a scene, you remember that, there's a picture where someone goes, suppress Goku, and it shows his small Kamehameha against Krillin's, and then it shows full power Goku, and it shows him when it gets merged in Masu. Like, the difference in size between the Kamehamehas. So, I don't necessarily think they're nerfing it, but I'm going to throw this at you. I do feel like we're seeing it a lot lately because we're going to get a higher version of Kaioken. We're going to get like a Kaioken times 20 or 30 that will outshine the Super Saiyan Blue form and the Kaioken, you know. I feel like that's why they're using it so much, you know what I mean? It's kind of become like a Boo arc thing where Super Saiyan was just thrown around all over the place, you know.
Yeah, no, I completely understand where you're coming from with that. And personally, when you talk, like, okay, I'm not necessarily sure, and I agree with you right here and now. I'm not necessarily sure if they're nerfing them in the context of Goku basically fighting Krillin, maybe holding back and everything. But when you kind of compare that to what we saw in terms of Goku fighting other people that he's going to have to be fighting in this particular tournament, you know, aka Hit or Bergamo, and then Jiren and Toppo, like, you know that those guys are going to require that type of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10, times 20, times 30, 50, 40, you know, whatever he ends up actually doing. Yeah. Why hold back on Krillin, though? I mean, obviously, going Super Saiyan Blue and having Krillin fight him in any way, shape, or form is not necessarily holding back. But, I mean, it's kind of the equivalent at this point of, you know, Frieza basically going into his final form and just fucking around until Goku decides to turn Super Saiyan. I mean, like, what was the point of all that? I mean, I understand, like, wanting to have fun and everything, but, like, it's like you said, Beerus hated it. Beerus had little fun with it, and Goku's really inconsistent.
Goku's the same way,
that,
you know, he's kind of the same way. Like, he wants to have a fun fight, you know?
Yeah, like, Goku's really inconsistent with that, though. Like, you would imagine if he's able to go harder at any given point and able to fight harder, able to dominate a fight at any given point, then that's not fun. And we saw that with, you're right, we saw that with Beerus. We saw that with Beerus. Like, this is boring. You're boring me. Like, I can't even get a good fight out of this. I was told I was going to get a Super Saiyan God, and there's no Super Saiyan God here. I feel like at that level, what is Goku trying to accomplish, and why is he fighting the way he is? What are his goals in that sense, where he wants to actually have a good fight versus what he's willing to kind of hold back just to have a good fight?
Sorry to cut you off, but Seth the Programmer did a video power scaling like current Krillin after the recent episode, and he pretty much said that the fact that he was able to actually knock like Gohan off guard, he probably says Krillin is, I think he said, relative to like 18 level, that maybe Krillin by now is as strong as a cyborg. I'm not too sure if anyone disagrees or agrees with that. That's his video. Y'all guys can go check that out. But my thing is that even if that's the case, you know, even if we do say Krillin is stronger than, like, you know, Frieza by now with, you know, his new techniques and stuff, right? Goku is astronomically stronger than anybody from Z in his base. I don't care, like, how... The fact, bro, that they were able to knock out Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks in just their base forms, it just seems like Goku could have fought Krillin in his base. What was the need for him to actually go all out or go to blue? However, there is this, though. People were saying the reason why, and maybe it actually states it. I cannot remember for the life of me if he actually states it, but people were saying the reason why Goku did go blue was to show that Krillin, no matter how much strategy you have, there's going to be guys just as strong as me, if not stronger, in the tournament. So what's your strategy going to do against those guys, you know?
Mm-hmm. I just personally think when you compare them, I mean, what was he trying to... If Goku wasn't going all out, and this is something I've really had a hard time kind of, I guess, getting a hold of with Super. I know a lot of people, I'm not one of those people who go around and tries to power scale Dragon Ball in general. I'm not one of those people who goes to power scaling Z or GT, let alone Super, because I know how hard it is just talking to, like people like you and Scouter and, Mike and all them. I know it's a really hard topic to kind of broach, but when you look at Super, if that was the lesson that Goku was trying to teach Krillin, then why not go all out? What's the point of going Super Saiyan Blue just to basically hold the 1% of your power when obviously the people that he's fought or has to fight or knows about fighting, the people that we know are going to be we're going to be looking out for, Jiren, Topo, Hit,
they're probably not gonna
and
hold
anyone
back,
else.
Right? That's your point.
They're not going to hold back. So what was the point? What did he teach them? What did he teach Krillin in that sense? It was there's going to be people just as strong as me. Well, you're not even at the remote level of your power at this point. You can kind of push it so much further that no matter what Krillin does to you in this form, it won't matter because they might be so strong as to nerf that. So it's a logical fallacy in that. It's I don't necessarily know what Goku's trying to achieve there if he wasn't going all out. And I know it's kind of a logical question in terms of what was Goku trying to achieve? How strong was Goku making himself out to be during those particular scenes? And I guess it will always be up for debate. But personally, when I look at that scene and I look at Goku go Super Saiyan Blue, I feel like he's not necessarily putting all of it on the table, but he's putting enough of it to think that that Krillin might be able to compete against the people that Goku knows he's going to be competing against, which are Bergamo, Hit, Jiren, Topo, all the people that he knows are stronger, or if not, should be astronomically stronger than Krillin. So he needed to show him that sort of level of power. And if all those people that he has to use Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken with, then if he wasn't at least performing at that level, then what was the point? And what's the point of his excitement? So
yeah,
and that's where this comes. And that's when this comes from. Is this them nerfing it to kind of put everyone on an equal playing field to make this fight more exciting, or at least giving other people reason to be excited for Master Roshi, Krillin, 1817, Tenshinhan, anyone else? So
I feel obviously their whole point of this tournament is strategy. That's their thing. Krillin showed off strategy against both Gohan and Goku, who are stronger than him, and then Goku goes blue, and then 18 actually says that there's just such a huge difference in power. Strategy won't work one-on-one. So then Goku and them do the Kamehameha clash, and 18 kicks it out of the way, and 18 says, well, you can't do anything one-on-one, but as long as you have teamwork, then maybe something can happen, and they were going to team up on Goku. Again, I don't necessarily see how 18 and Krillin together could have done anything to Super Saiyan Blue Goku if he was really going full power, because if you remember that scene in both the anime and the manga, remember when Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo fought Frieza? Frieza was so astronomically stronger that not even the three of them could do shit to him, he was just blocking everything with his arms crossed. So it's I don't get what 18 of them could have actually done. In actuality, this whole strategy thing, I like they're doing it. It kind of reminds me of what's going on with Boruto right now, that Boruto is the kid version of Naruto, so things are simplified. It's just hand-to-hand combat. There ain't no mountains or continents being blown to Kingdom Come like it was at Shoppuden. So it's cool to get these simplified fights with actual strategy involved in them. But it kind of doesn't make that much sense, because if strategy was so important, how come during the Namek arc, why didn't Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin strategize to kind of, get the upper hand on second form Frieza and let Piccolo charge up in Makanko Sapo? Piccolo shoots him down, fucking puts a hole through him, they win the fight, and there you go. You know what I mean? If strategy was so important, why is it you get my point. They could have did it against Cell. It's just if strategy was so important and it could help you fight such an astronomically stronger character, it just seems what the fuck was all this before? You know what I mean? It's that's my little rant. I don't think they're nerfing it. I just feel like Goku was using a low percentage of his power, but what's the fucking point of even going blue? Then he could have just used his full power in his base form, I just don't get the point of him.
Or a Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan 2, or Super Saiyan 3. I mean, he did it against Trunks. Why not do it against... if Krillin can take on a Super Saiyan 3, then obviously he's going to be useful. And you don't run the risk of having, the people asking the question, are they nerfing Super Saiyan Blue? Like,
let's
he
do some
did the
power
same thing
scaling.
to
Let's do some
Trunks.
power scaling, Mark. Let's see here. So 18 was actually able to kick the Kamehameha. So that means Goku and Krillin's beam struggle was actually weaker than a cyborg. So there you go.
There you go. There you go. I mean, obviously they've gotten stronger, whatever that means. But I'm sure by the time this video comes out, we'll know at least a little bit how much stronger, air quotes, they've actually become. So anyway, guys, we're gonna leave it at that. Please make sure, like I said in the beginning, please make sure to go down to the comment section below and tell us what you think about this. Do you think like they're nerfing Super Saiyan Blue? Do you kind of agree more with MJ? Are they kind of just using it that Goku's not using a lot of his power? Do you feel like that makes sense in any way? And like always, please make sure to go check out MJ. He makes some awesome Dragon Ball content and other anime content for you guys. I've started to see it, so it's true now. It's true now. He's making other anime content for you guys, daily content, so make sure to go check him out. Always some awesome stuff over there. MJ, thank you so much for joining me here.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna catch you on the next video. Bye.